We'll check Twitch out. Wow, y'all all blinked out at the same time. It must be Twitch. I have no errors on my side over here. Are y'all back yet? Back. Are we back? I'm back. Tony's on the leaderboard. Must have been a Twitch blip. I have the software that I use will show drops, and it's at 0%. It's actually at 0.0%, so it must have been something on the Twitch side. So I was just saying. I'm back. All right, the end. So yeah, Twitch is always updating stuff and breaking stuff in the progress. You know what's the worst? SunTrust broke something this weekend. It's really affecting my banking situation. Trying to get my accounting done. Super painful. Trying to get that done. Huh. Is that a Draplin shirt? Is that a Draplin shirt? It looks like a Draplin shirt. One of those pop-ups. More Xfinity. Oh, did y'all get re-advertised too? Because it died? That's awesome. That's a feature. It's a feature. Oh, this guy's cool. I've saved some of these images from Jorge Gutierrez, I think. Is that who? Yeah. I've seen some of his artwork. Is super cool. Super cool. Yeah, SunTrust better not mess up the stadium. Man, Braves are stressing me out these past couple weeks. It's gonna be, I'll be gripping through this whole weekend, through this whole next series. Hey, Jack Prince, you can get your own custom notebooks made there. Don't do that. I mean, nothing wrong with them. Nothing wrong with Scout notebooks too. I think you can do better. If you ever need custom notebooks made, call me. Like, I'm not going to make them for you. Our printer's not going to make them for you, but I'll help you pick out the right stuff. But they're cheap. You know, and if you're using them for business cards and, you know, stuff to just give away, they're really awesome. So I won't say that. But if you want like a quality paper. So I kind of went through this magazine, cut it up how I wanted to, you know. And that's it. That's kind of how I journal. So, let's do something real quick that I keep meaning to do. Oh, Tony, I'm in the same way. I have a stack of prints, not from Joey and Ben Kwok, that I have to get framed, and it's killing me. I keep forgetting to do that. So let's test out the fountain pens. Oh, the Yoshimi I have framed. That one's up right above my desk. All right, let's do fountain pen tests on the Elemental notebook. Because what's the story? So they say they're fountain pen friendly. Some of them are, but some of them aren't. Is that what we're going with? Feathering. So what is the official word? Is there like a blog post, or is there some Kickstarter email that says, hey, this batch is not good, this batch is good? What's the full story? I have not researched it all the way. Yeah, Yoshimi battles the pink robots. So that one is above my desk. And it's on my pen too. All right. I guess that's what I'm missing, Tony, because people keep saying, oh, it's this, oh, it's that, but I don't have anything like for sure. So it's like hard to communicate the fountain pen friendliness of this paper. So let's use my widest pen. So this is a broad stub in my Nakaya. And it's funny, It's not funny. But the variance is wild in these. So some it's really bad and some it's really fine. Mine looks pretty good, guys. Not gonna lie to you. Yeah, no one is ever gonna have pin number 1 except me. Denied. So, does this mean I got one of the good ones? Because, I mean, that's pretty legit. It's not getting in focus there for you to see. No feathering. Sorry, I'm gonna try to get this focused. Ah, terrible focus. Guess it doesn't like the dots. So that's the broadest nib I have. No feathering, no bleed. I mean, you go look at Kelly's review, and if she was using this pen on her paper, it would go straight through, wouldn't it? Like, there's no issues with this whatsoever. In fact, I would say it's good. I mean, nothing. Look at that. Perfect. This green is awesome. It's Faber-Castell Viper green. So let's try some more. So, I mean, 0 issues right there. So this is a medium, this is a fine stub with Pilot Iroshizuku Shinkai. I mean, that's good. The problem is if there's variance, right? Yeah, Viper Green, it's been spectacular, and I'm not normally a green person. It's really good. Yeah, I put my name on the list for the Tomoe. But I mean, just look at this. I have no issues, right? So how do you review a product where there's been so much variance? I guess you just say, hey, I got a good one. This is one of those things where, you know, Twisby's crack. You know, that was the story. I never had one that cracked. What am I supposed to say? You know, people have trouble. I don't have trouble. Kaweco's have bad nibs. I use extra fine nibs. I've never had a problem with their nibs, but they have bad nibs. So, Elemental Notebooks has bad paper. Well, look. That's what I'm sitting on. Right? I know you can't, I know it's not focusing on that. But, no feathering. There we go. Get in there. So close. No feathering, no bleed. No ghosting. No show through. I mean, it's perfect. Yeah, that's what it is. They're like, ooh, we better give him the good one or he's gonna bag on us pretty hard. But I mean, there is 0 issue with this paper. And I've actually been, honestly, I've been nervous to try it because I didn't want to monkey with this journal, and this is the only one I got to open. Jeff's sending me prototype stuff. So, yeah. No, you can't see. You can't see. So this is extra fine. This is TWSBI Eco extra fine. This is really, really good paper. So, yeah. Everything's winning so far. What else do we have anything else that's like super extreme? I don't have like the full. Oh, you know what? I have the Retro 51 rollerball. That's always that's a great testing pen because it'll tell you immediately if that paper is going to handle liquid ink like fountain pens well. I imagine it's going to do pretty well if this was the output for my fountain pens. See how wide this extra fine nib is? It's bugging me. I'm going to change that out when I get home. Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of manipulation, isn't it, though? Like, or because it could be, not that he did overclock it. If any combo would leak, would bleed, I would think would this be this one, but it's not. Well, this will be good. This will be a page I can send to people if they have questions about it. Because I have not put a combination down here that's being a problem. See? No bleed, no feather, no anything. And if you test this, and if you get, and if the result is something different, you know, from a manufacturing perspective, I imagine that's really hard to figure out. Yeah, see, the P8127 is awesome. I mean, it's just dead smooth, no bleeding. It's not soaking into the paper at all. And this is the 8127. This is the wide one. So, nothing. So that's all fountain pens and a wide liquid ink pen. So, zero issues whatsoever. So, I'm only as good as the products I have in front of me, right? I can't speak to other people's products, but it's crystal clear how bad Kelly's was. I mean, that was one of the worst performing notebooks I've ever seen. It's like everything she put on there just soaked straight through. It was terrible. Are the nibs in the Go the same as the Eco? Are these two the same? Looks like they're the same, huh? Yeah, same nibs. Yeah, I don't have a Sharpie. I mean, Sharpies fail everything, right? I don't have a Sharpie here. Yeah, and that eases everyone's mind, right? Because they know it's going to work. And if they can get the cost like they're saying they were, that's really good. Like I put my name on that list for, I think I said 2 or 3. I mean, if they get that paper at that price, that's a huge, huge win. Very good. So yeah, I mean, this is great. Really, really good. This reminds me a lot of, I put Leuchtturm paper, Nock paper, and this paper kind of all in that same category. You're not going to get the shine and sheen like of a Rhodia or Tomoe River. That's because they dry faster. They're a little bit more absorbent, but the ink doesn't soak into the page or through the page. There's no bleed or feathering, and there's no, ink through on the back. You're just not going to get like the shine and the sheen that a lot of people may want, but some people will trade it off for dry time. So this is definitely in that group of paper as opposed to more coated papers like Rhodia or the Tomoe River, which is, I don't even know what you'd call it, just magic paper. So yeah, I'm glad I got a good one. But you know what? I have 2 more packs of notebooks. This is the Elemental Paper Oxygen notebook. Really nice. Did a really good job with this. And there's been questions. We're playing around with it because there's been questions about its fountain pen friendliness. And there's definitely some issues that people have had. I am not having them. So there's some variance in their products, which sucks. It sucks for them because it's kind of out of their control a little bit. You know, you're only as good as your manufacturer is. And, you know, you just hope everything is going to be consistent across the board. And it looks like they got some inconsistencies. So, interesting. You know, there are papers that feel spongy, and I use that description a lot. I wonder if, did she get a bad one? Because spongy is not something you want. Spongy tends to mean there's some like layering issues, like when the paper's rolled and pressed, like you can feel a depth in the page. As thin as a page is, I can feel a depth or a sponginess in the page. Yeah. So mine doesn't have that feeling. I know that feeling as soon as I have it. And this one doesn't have it. I have used papers that I explain them the same way. As a matter of fact, I was testing out a page for someone recently who was working on a project, sent me a sample to try out, and that's what I told him. That was a spongy one. So I got a good one. Go me. But like I said, I have 2 more that are still shrink wrapped. How do I know those are good? They could be different. Whoops. Caran d'Ache, Caran. Yeah, I mean, what can you do, right? But it's like, I could give someone one of mine saying, hey, mine was good, but does it mean the other one's in the package is good? Who knows? This one's great, though. And I'm happy about it because I really love the notebook. It's been a perfect journal notebook, too. So, it's holding up well. So far, so good. Put my bookmarks in. I don't really need 2 bookmarks, but I get it. Feature list, right? All right, I think that's gonna about wrap it up today, gang. Y'all have any more questions? Yeah, the Tomoe River ones, you go to their website. There's a sign-up sheet for it. So go do that if you are interested in it. But I am super happy with mine. Got one of the good ones. Well, they call it streamer benefits, TJ. It's like the game streams that I watch. If like one of the streamers gets the good loot. Blaine, you missed it all, bud. I've been doing journaling for the past hour, and I'm wrapping it up. You know, you shouldn't have to work so much. But yeah, they were gonna say, you know, they call it streamer loot, right? You know, people troll the streamers like when they get good drops in games that are super rare, and it was like, oh, the company fixed it so you would get all the best stuff and sell more games, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, so this is my streamer loot. I got the good Elemental notebook. Now I guess I really need to review it because, yeah, juiced packs for all your loot box openings, juice crates. So I need to review my Elemental notebook because it'll be positive and everyone will yell at me. So that's why I should do it, right? So, but I mean, I can only review what I have and point out that, hey, I pointed out Kelly's review and saying how bad it was. Like, Kelly got a really bad one. It looked awful. So, I don't mind it when they yell at me, you know? So, because I never don't tell the truth. It just is what it is, right? I got a good one, so I had a good experience. You may have got a bad one. You'll have a bad experience. People don't understand. People have a hard time, realizing that it's not really a black and white thing. There's variance and change and conditions and usage, and there are 8 million different things, right? We could talk about. You all know this. You're here, so you're smart. I'm not going to be in the A tomorrow. Should be there Monday, though. I got a pack for Dallas. So, Dallas Pin Show. Not this weekend, but next weekend. That's right. You only see the good and the bad. Very few, not much middle ground. 9,000 IQ. You're super smart. So, yeah, got Dallas Pin Show coming up in a week and a half. Totally not ready for that. That'll be good, though. I'm anxious to go to a 2-day show. So it's a Friday, Saturday show. I get home on Sunday, which is kind of nice. I thought if I'm going to go to the effort of going to a pin show, that I would want it to be 3 days so I can maximize the amount of money I earn for the effort that I'm going through to get there. I think Friday, Saturday might actually be better because there's been pin shows that we kind of don't do anything on Sunday. It'd be nice to get home back to the family on Sunday night instead of Monday. So I look forward. This will be my first Friday, Saturday show. Like, as well as we do in Atlanta, like sales through the roof type of stuff, we sell almost nothing on Sunday. It's Sunday in the South, so Dallas, no Sunday there. So it'll be interesting because I hear it's packed. Like, we go till the show hours are till 8 p.m. Friday night. Seems so it'll be out Sunday night still, because normally I write Sunday night if I'm at a pin show, and this one I'll be traveling Sunday, so I'll still won't have time to write until Sunday night. So it'll be Sunday night, and I'll put the I'm gonna come up to Philly in January. Yeah, well, you picked the right one to go to for sure. Yeah, just hang out till January something. So I'm not booked officially for Philly, but I've told them I'm planning on coming. So I don't even know what the dates are. I haven't booked rooms, or I haven't booked travel or any of that yet. Once we get past Toronto, next month, gosh, it's only like 6 weeks away, 5 weeks away. We'll be in NYC in Toronto. I'll start planning for Philly. So yeah, you should do it. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What's my favorite show? Atlanta. I'm biased though, because it's a short drive and we do a live podcast. Atlanta's my favorite. San Francisco and DC are right up there. Baltimore was pretty amazing though. Baltimore kind of knocked my socks off last year. That was a blast. So I'll definitely be in Baltimore next year. I've already got plans for Baltimore next year. They're working on something different that they asked me to participate in. So they're already planning things for Baltimore next year, which I love shows that are that thinking about things this far ahead of time. So we'll let you know more as we get into next year's schedule. But Philly, Baltimore, Atlanta are pretty much locks. I'd like DC and San Francisco to be locks as well. And then maybe Dallas, Chicago. Those are the ones that are always like, schedule wise, is it going to work? I've never watched the TV show Atlanta. It wins a bunch of awards, doesn't it? Like all the Emmys or whatever awards it gets. That one's, I just hear it's popular, but I don't know anything about it. The Atlanta Pin Show is fantastic. It's smaller than all these other ones that I talk about, but it's still big. It's still big enough, still popular enough, and draws a huge crowd. It's just not the biggest in scope as like a DC, San Francisco, even Chicago. Baltimore Pin Show is the up-and-comer. It's the old school, rebooted, up-and-coming hotness. Bert Ozer is an awesome show promoter. He does a great job. He really takes care of the vendors. And like I said, they're already working on stuff for next year. Asked me to be part of something that they want to do, and I've already said yes. So because I was so excited about it, so we'll get that done. And I will still take your money. Yeah, definitely. Philly shouldn't be too bad. Boston was last weekend. I know a few people went to that on Sunday. Yeah, Calligraphy Nut was there. Sent me some ink. Thank you. That was cool. I'll have to try that out. Now that I'm kind of into greens, am I going to like the green ink? Yeah, BWI will be tough this year. We'll see if they do anything special for Jim. That'll be a tough one. So we got that link in the show notes. God, when I'm on a podcast, I can't help it sometimes. There's a link somewhere in this chat to the SIG auction, $10 to raise for some of the SIG nibs, some of Jim's last work. Blaine, you will like the Atlanta show. You should make a plan to, like, I don't know, it's hard. You got a young one. I was gonna say you should stay the night on Saturday night when we do the live show. Ah, nice. Yeah, I want to go to one last spring training at Disney. We've done that before. That's always a great time to go because you can do things other than go to the parks at Disney, which I love. But you know, it's cool to mix that in there as an aside. All right, gang, I'm gonna take a break, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna slay some aliens. So Thursday looks like it's going to be a stream day for me going forward. So I'll try to schedule some stationary stuff so we can talk about pens and paper, and we can kind of consolidate all that talk. And then I can go have fun playing Destiny, and we can keep chatting or whatever. But if you don't want to, if you feel like you're going to miss out the pen talk, other than like questions in the chat room, like this is what the dedicated stationary talk. And then we'll jump over in the Destiny directory. I'll just goof around and we'll talk more about pen shows. And no, man, I haven't been playing the show. We should talk about that. I've been disappointed this year as a casual show player. So I'm gonna take about 5 minutes here, and I'm gonna keep the stream live, and then I'm gonna switch channels over to actually, you know what? I'm gonna kill the stream, bring it back in the Destiny stream in about 5 minutes. But if you stay in this channel, the screen will just pop up when I come back live. But I want to end this stream so I have a video to export to YouTube without having to go edit it, which I can do, not a big deal, and come back in the Destiny stream. So I'm gonna put it on pause for a minute, or end it, and then I'll be right back.